What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to fix a few issues with the Lancer. First we're going to fix the AC. After about 20 minutes of riding it, it just starts blowing hot air. So we bought us a fan and we're going to install that today.
Yeah, and I'll go over everything that we did to figure out it was the fan. So I'll walk you through all that.
And we've been working on this orange peel to see what the best method for that is.
Yeah, we started out with 1,000, then 1,500, then 2,000. But I think the peaks and valleys of the orange peel are so bad that all we did was knock off the top. So we're gonna have to go to 800 grit first and then work our way back up.
And you wanna show them the back of the hood, which you've been working on?
Yeah. So back here I used 800 and then worked my way up so you can see how smooth that is. And over here, I didn't do it yet. So we're definitely gonna have to use some 800 to knock it down some more. But it's coming out really good. This is all super smooth over here.
And make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because we're gonna do a price breakdown on the Lancer. We're gonna tell you every exact penny we spent on the car.
Yeah, that's one of our most asked questions in the comments is how much we spend. So make sure you stay to the end and we'll break it down to the exact penny of every single thing we spent.
And my mom wants me to pull some shrubs in the yard, and since we're selling the Duramax, we better hurry up and do that now since it has 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, but I don't know about that. It's 103 degrees outside and it may be too hot. So if this goes by pretty quick, then we may get to it.
All right, so let's get to work.
So first off, let's get this AC fixed. Let's get the hood popped, and I'll kind of go over everything that we did to figure out what it was. I'll show you all that. The AC blows super cold. Then after you drive for a while, they would go out. So I started, first of all, I thought it might be a relay. And here's the relays. So I checked all those, I swapped them around, and the relay was good. Checked the pressures on it, and all the pressures were good. And then I got to noticing that this one fan right here wasn't turning. This one was turning good. So I swapped the leads around just to see, and this motor is bad. So I think the whole issue is the condenser in the front was getting too hot. So after riding for a while, it would shut off. So we're gonna swap that out and see if that fixes the issue. So it looks like it's gonna be a simple job. We just remove this air intake and this coolant line. I'm gonna try to hold it up here, maybe tie wrap it. That way we don't lose any coolant. And I think it's just 2 bolts because the other part of it just kind of slips down into a little peg. So remove some of these wires and then we'll take this off. Got the 10mm, got everything ready, so it shouldn't be too much to it. All right, see if we can get this coolant hose off without losing a ton of coolant. Have to tie wrap it maybe. All right, that'll work. These bolts, there's 3 of them. So hopefully this fixes the problem, because if that's not it, I don't know what it's going to be. So now we got to remove all of this and put it on here. All right, we're gonna let Tyler finish this up. So basically just removing this, I think it's control module, 2 bolts, unplug those. You're gonna bolt it in right here. And just remember which wire went where. Always start at a few turns with your finger. right, Tyler got the control module swapped over. Let's see if we can fit this down in here. Catch on every single thing. Gotta make sure the bottom lines up. All right, that was a quick job. Only took a few minutes. Hopefully this is gonna work. Let's get this hose on and we'll go for a quick test drive and see if it's gonna work. All right, we've been driving about 10 minutes, so this is about the time, maybe 5 more minutes that it would go out. But I know you can't see this, but it's at about 48, 49 degrees. So it's over 100 today. So that's a huge drop. So the AC is definitely working. Let's just hope that it keeps working after that condenser heats up a little bit. But it's unreal how cold this AC is to be such an old car. What, 2006 model?
Yeah.
I tell you, I love this little car. Only light on is that SRS, and I don't know why that would be on. That would be the airbag light.
So it looks like it's working pretty good. We've been driving for about 20 minutes and it's still cold, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, it actually got a little colder. I think it's 46 now. So it's doing great. I'm happy with that. That was what was it, 70 bucks for that fan. So that's a nice little fix. So I guess let's head back home and then we can go over all the prices that we spent on this car.
All right, and we'll tell you to the penny everything we spent.
All right. This is all the shrubs we need to pull out. See how they overgrown? Hopefully we can get to that today. All right, the car ran great. The AC is super cold, so I think we got that issue fixed. And before we go over all the prices of the car, I want to show you this cool new tool that Vevor sent us. It's a LCD digital endoscope. Been needing one of these. It's basically a camera, and you can just plug that in and look into stuff. We're gonna be using it on a couple projects coming up. I'm gonna show you how it works with this old antique chainsaw. So I took the spark plug out, and what you could do is you go in and you look how bad the cylinder walls are scratched up. So it's a great tool. And it's not just for that. If you drop a bolt down in your engine bay, you can kind of look around and try to find it. It's a lot of purposes for this, so it's going to come in very handy. I'll leave a link in the description. It's from Vevor. They make a lot of great stuff, so check them out.
All right, so now what you've all been waiting for is the total price of the car. And starting off with the car, it was $425 from Copart. We think that's a great deal and we're so glad we got it. So moving inside the car, if you remember the first episode, we could not put the car in the park, so we had to buy a new shifter knob, and that was only $12.47. And the AC knob was also broken, so we had to spend $12 on that. And we also did a tune-up with the car. We had to change the coil packs, spark plugs. We did an oil change and changed the air filter. And the total cost of that was $98.26. So if you remember from when we also got the car, we could not open the gas tank. So we had to get a new spring for that. And that was $10.78. And the car also came with a long antenna, and we did not like the look of that, so we bought a shark fin antenna, and that was $10.80, and we love the way that looks. Next on the list is these black plastic hubcaps. We really like this black and we love the color of how it matches with this blue paint color. And if you remember before, it was these silver hubcaps. They cracked easy and we just did not like the way it looked. So the total for these black ones were $43.17. And next is these plastic trim pieces. We had to get that because the other one, when we pulled them off, they just broke. So it was only $34.53, so we could have saved that money, but we had to buy new ones anyway. Next on the list is this radiator fan. We just installed that today, and that is $70.80. And now what you've all been waiting for is the last two things, and that is the vinyl wrap and the paint.
Yeah, the vinyl wrap was free. That was from Aluco Vinyl. They saw our video and they wanted to give that to us, and we really appreciated it. And then the paint, how much was the paint?
The paint was $497.
So the paint was actually more than the entire car, but it was their top end paint. And we got to actually learn how to paint during this whole process. And I think it came out pretty good. Now we're learning how to take care of the orange peel. So everything is a learning process. So what's the Kelly Blue Book?
The Kelly Blue Book has it ranged from like $3,500 to $4,800, but we think we're gonna list it for $4,500, and that should make us a $2,000 profit on the car.
Yeah, I figure if we list it for $45,000, we might get $4,000, and that'll give us a little over $2,000 for this car. So I think that's a nice profit. And then actually this was our biggest series on YouTube, and we gained a ton of subscribers. And so the car was worth it just for that. And I think YouTube paid us probably over $2,000 already for the views on this car. So that helps out a lot. All right, so that's all the stats on this car. Let us know down in the comments what you think. If you think it was a good deal, if you think we can get $4,000, $4,500 for it. 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer, 90,000 miles, runs great. So that's all it is to it.
All right, thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. We really appreciate it. I don't think we're gonna get to work on the shrubs and flower beds in this video. It's just so hot outside. But make sure you follow us on Instagram at Swamp Boys Garage, and we'll see you in the next video.